For over 2,000 years, they've haunted humanity's imagination. Invincible warriors who mastered the arts of war, lived without men, and challenged the greatest heroes of antiquity. But what if I told you that the legendary Amazons weren't just a product of Greek imagination? Welcome, noble Templar travelers. Today, we're going to unravel one of history's greatest mysteries. We'll separate myth from reality, and discover whether these warriors actually walked the earth. The answer might surprise you. Get ready for a journey that spans from the frozen steppes of Siberia to the battlefields of ancient Greece. To truly understand the Amazons, we must first delve into how they emerged in the Greek imagination. Over 2,500 years ago, Homer's Iliad presented us with the first references to these mysterious warriors. Herodotus, the father of history, wrote about them with the gravity of someone reporting actual facts. According to Greek accounts, the Amazons formed an exclusively female society. They lived on the edges of the known world, in the Caucasus, in Asia Minor, in the wild lands beyond the Black Sea. They were described as skilled horsewomen, deadly archers, and unmatched warriors. But there was something disturbing about these descriptions. For the Greeks, accustomed to a rigidly patriarchal society, the idea of female warriors represented an inversion of the natural order. In their pottery and sculptures, the Amazons consistently appeared as formidable foes of Greek heroes: Hercules, Theseus, Achilles. For centuries, historians treated these stories as pure fantasy. After all, how could a society of female warriors exist in a world dominated by men? But in the 20th century, something extraordinary happened. Archaeologist shovels began unearthing secrets that would change our understanding forever. 1991. The steppes of Kazakhstan. American archaeologist G9 Davis Kimball made a discovery that would shake the academic world. At the Pokrovka site, she found something unexpected: tombs of women interred with weapons of war. Not jewelry or household items, but swords, spears, and bows. Bone analysis revealed something even more impressive. These skeletons showed signs of a life dedicated to combat: developed muscles, bones thickened by constant bow use, scars from battle wounds. But this was merely the first of many discoveries. Over the following decades, similar sites were found from Ukraine to Mongolia. In some cemeteries, up to 37% of warrior graves belonged to women. The dating was precise: 6th to 4th centuries BC. Exactly the period when Greeks were reporting their encounters with the Amazons. The evidence was irrefutable. These weren't merely women with ceremonial weapons, they were authentic warriors, trained for combat, who lived and died by the sword. But who were these women? Where exactly did they live? And how did they come to create a society so different from anything we knew? To find the real Amazons, we need to travel to one of the most hostile and beautiful places on Earth, the Eurasian steppes. Here, over 2,000 years ago, nomadic peoples lived that the Greeks knew by names like Scythians, Sarmatians, and Sarmatians. They were horsemen of the plains, herders of livestock, masters of mobility. Unlike Greek society, these steppe peoples had a much more egalitarian social structure. Women could be priestesses, leaders, and warriors. Life on the steppes required everyone to know how to defend themselves. When herds were attacked by predators or enemy tribes, there was no time for gender distinctions. Survival was a matter of skill, not birth. These nomads maintained regular contact with the Greek world through Black Sea trade. They sold leather, honey, slaves, and occasionally, they came into conflict. When Greeks encountered steppe warriors in combat, their limited cultural perspective transformed reality into myth. What was normal for the nomads became fantastic to the Hellenes. Imagine the culture shock. Men raised in a society where women were confined to the home, suddenly facing skilled female warriors on the battlefield. The psychological impact must have been devastating. But why exactly did these women cause such terror in the hearts of ancient men? To fully grasp the terror the Amazons inspired, we must delve into the psyche of ancient Greek society. In 5th century BC Greece, women lived under strict male control. They were daughters, wives, or widows, never independent individuals. Their function was to produce heirs and maintain the home. The Amazons represented everything Greeks feared losing: control over the feminine, male supremacy, the established social order. But there was something deeper. These warriors connected to the archaic sacred feminine, hunting goddesses like Artemis, deities of war and wild nature. They represented a power that existed before patriarchal civilization. In Greek myths, we see this sphere transformed into literature. The Amazons always appear as antagonists, who must be defeated by male heroes. Hercules has to steal the Amazon queen's belt. Theseus must defeat and subdue Hippolyta. It was an attempt to domesticate the untamable, to prove that even the most formidable feminine power could be conquered by masculine might. The fear of the Amazons was, deep down, the fear of feminine freedom, and maybe that's why these warriors continue to fascinate our imagination to this day. But the discoveries about the real Amazons hold even more surprises, details that not even the ancient Greeks could have imagined. Archaeological discoveries have revealed aspects of steppe warriors that transcend any Greek myth. Let's start with the word Amazon itself. For centuries, it was believed to mean without breast, a reference to the myth that they removed their right breast to shoot arrows better. But modern linguistic studies suggest a different origin. The word might derive from the Iranian Hamazan, meaning warriors, or from the Caucasian Amazon, strong. Reality was simpler and more impressive than the myth. In 1993, in the Altai Mountains of Siberia, archaeologists made an extraordinary discovery: the perfectly preserved mummy of a 2,500-year-old warrior, known as the Ukok Ice Princess. Her body was covered with complex tattoos, mythical animals, spiritual symbols. These weren't just decorations but marks of status and spiritual power. But perhaps the most surprising discovery was this: evidence of ritual cannabis use. Seeds and implements for burning the plant were found in several tombs. Herodotus had indeed described Scythian rituals involving smoke-producing seeds, but for a long time this was dismissed as mere fantasy. Archaeology, however, proved him right. Their armaments were masterpieces of military engineering. Composite bows capable of piercing armor at 200 meters. Spears balanced with mathematical precision. Gold-decorated war axes. Recent DNA studies have revealed that these warriors weren't an isolated people. Their lineages spread throughout Eurasia, influencing cultures from Europe to China. Each discovery rewrites our understanding not just of the Amazons, but of the entire social dynamics of antiquity. These women weren't historical aberrations, they were part of a world much more complex and diverse than we imagined. So, did the Amazons really exist? The answer is an unequivocal yes. Not as the Greek myths describe them, but as something even more fascinating. Pure women who challenged the conventions of their time and left indelible marks on history. The steppe warriors lived, fought, loved, and died over 2,000 years ago, but their legacy remains. They teach us that history is much richer and more complex than our prejudices allow us to see. How many other legends are waiting to be rediscovered in the depths of time? What did you think of this journey? What other mysteries of ancient history would you like to see unraveled? Leave your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe for more expeditions into the past. See you on the next journey. Bye.